Om Sri Veera Raghavaya Namaha. Pranam to Guruji Sri Raghavacharya Garu. Pranam to Guruji Sri P.V.K. Puneshwara Garu. Jai Minatu. Today, I would like to say a few preambles on Gunas. The today main talk will be Dr. Satya Sree's talk on 5th house. As I was repeatedly telling you, Gunas plays a vital role along with Nakshatra Digbala. The horoscope what she is going to talk is of childbirth. Why childbirth delayed? If at all is the childbirth is there. This is the way what we have to see. Generally in Vedic astrology we say Panchamadipati is spoiled. A Panchamadipati is a Nakshatra Adipati who has got a very strong connection to 12,000, 8th house. Then there will be a problems. Karako Bhavanasaya, a Putra Karaka in 5th house. So there are many things what you will be knowing. But here what Dr. Satya Sree is going to talk in Nakshatra Digbala, the book what her PhD thesis, the book got released in 2019, the convocation of Yoga Sanskritam University and JKR's 8th annual function, where she says very beautifully, a planet, even though here in this horoscope what she is going to talk, a planet, the Shani Bhagavan is along with Mars, they both are bitter enemies, positioned in 7th house. The Saturn has got a very strong power still. The associated planet, if it has got a Sattvic guna, then the major Tamasic guna, it comes down. That is the beauty of this horoscope. And the Panchamadipati is in the Shani Bhagavan's Sattvika planet in Tamasic Nakshatra. So delay, but it is not denied. Why delay has taken place? Why denial has not taken place? That is the beauty of this horoscope when you talk about it. A Karaka planet in a mixed guna, SRT. A Panchamadipati, the planet is in TRS. They are in a mixed guna. Always in gunas, when you talk about it, if the planets have got a mixed guna, okay, somehow will be in a position to manage. A Rajasic planet getting a major of Tamasic guna, or Tamasic planet getting major of Rajasic guna, that Bhava or Karaka getting spoiled. But mixed guna this way or that way will be in a position to go. This analysis of the chart, what Dr. Satya Sree is going to talk to you, please observe it very cleanly. The Nakshatra Digbala, the book got released by the Honorable Minister, and she has given 32 wonderful examples on all Bhavas linked. In this book, she has given the Guruji's 40 practical stellar astrologies he has taken and brought it 12 Bhava connections. A wonderful book. And Nakshatra Digbala, how the Nakshatra Digbala is getting modified with respect to the Gunas. How planets, a Bhavadipati or Karaka, is getting a Nakshatra Digbala with a favorable, desirable Guna, even though it is a malefic planet, even though it is associated with the malefic planets. How the maleficness getting transformed and becoming a positive and starts giving a result. You please watch Dr. Satya Sree's Nakshatra Digbala and Gunas analysis on childbirth. I trust you all will enjoy it. Thank you very much.
So let us analyze similarly for another Bhava. I have taken 5th Bhava here. Now, 5th Bhava mainly denotes childbirth. If you want to look at childbirth, welfare of children, then we will look at the 5th Bhava. So we'll analyze this horoscope also on that perspective of childbirth. See here, the horoscope of this native we've taken. So the couple here, this is the male native, the couple here, they after marriage, 6 years after marriage, they begot a child. So they struggled, there was a delay in childbirth, only after 6 years they got a child. So using Nakshatra Digbala and Gunas, let us analyze the reason of this childbirth. Now when we talk about childbirth, we will look at the 5th Bhava. So for a Bhava to flourish, according to Parampuja Guruji Meenatu, both the Bhava Lord and the Karaka will have to be well placed in the constellations. So let us look at the strength of Bhava and Karaka in the constellations based on Nakshatra Digbala and Gunas. Now let us look at the fifth lord. What is the fifth lord in this horoscope? Fifth lord in this horoscope is Mercury, Buddha. Mercury here is placed in Pushyami Nakshatra. The Lagna for this is Aquarius, Kumbha Lagna. Mercury is placed in Pushyami Nakshatra. As I said earlier, Mercury gains Digbala from the Lagna. So Mercury is placed in the star of Saturn, which is the Lagna lord. So fifth lord Mercury has acquired Digbala. Fifth lord Mercury is extremely powerful. Even though this fifth lord Mercury was powerful, Nakshatra Digbala it has got Digbala, it is extremely powerful. Still, there was a delay in childbirth. Why it did not give that power? Why was there a delay? Let us see that. If you see, even though this Mercury is powerful with the Nakshatra Digbala, it is posited in the 6th house. So Mercury is posited in the 6th house, which is a Dusthana. Okay, as we said, planet posited in the house we will not see. Let us look at the star lord also here. This Mercury is placed in the star of Lagna lord is Saturn. This Saturn, star lord Saturn, is sitting in the 7th house. Now it is directly sitting in the 7th house. Saturn gains Digbala from the 7th house, right? Since Saturn has directly occupied the 7th house, Saturn has gained Digbala. So 5th lord Mercury has Digbala. Mercury is placed in the star of Saturn, which also has Digbala. But what has happened here? The Saturn is placed in the constellation of Ketu. Ketu is its enemy. Even though Saturn has got powerful Digbala, this Ketu is an enemy of Saturn. Further, the Saturn and Mars are in conjunction. Saturn and Mars are also enemies. Right? So Saturn, again it's placed in the house of Sun. The Sun is also Saturn's enemy. Further, what has happened? The Saturn has got a largely TRR guna. The Saturn, Tamasic Saturn, has got a largely Rajasic guna. So what has happened here? Even though Saturn, 5th lord Mercury is powerful with the Digbala. 5th lord Mercury is placed in the star of Saturn, that is also powerful with Digbala. But it has not given quick childbirth for them. It is powerful Digbala, it has to give a good result, right? It has not given a quick childbirth for them. They did not given them. Why? Because Mercury, being 5th lord sitting in Dusthana, 6th house. Okay, but even if you look at the star lord, the star lord is not favorably positioned. It is placed in the constellation of Ketu, which is its enemy. It is situated in conjunction with its enemy. It is placed in its inimical house also. So that Saturn star lord is not comfortable. So even though it has all the power of Digbala is there, it is not able to give it. And even in the Gunas also, the Saturn has got a TRR Guna. In Guna also, that Saturn was not able to deliver. It is not allowed. The circumstances surrounding the star lord Saturn have not allowed Mercury also to give its power. Saturn also has not been able to give its power. Now Putra Karaka also, if you see, who is Putra Karaka? Jupiter. The Jupiter is sitting in the 5th house in own star. Excellent, very good. But the Jupiter is sitting in Punarvasu Nakshatra. Punarvasu is Binapada. So what is happening? This Jupiter is touching the 6th house also. It is touching 6th house. In most place there, Mercury is also 8th lord. So what is happening? This Putrakaraka Jupiter through Binapada, even though it's in its own star. So when a planet is placed in its own star, it is it's considered to be powerful. Further, Punarvasu 1 is what? Punarvasu 1 is also Uttama Drekana. So this Jupiter is positioned in own star in Uttama Drekana. Still, quick childbirth it has not been able to give. Why? Because it is situated in Binapada. In this Binapada, it is touching the 6th house, and this Mercury is also 8th lord. So what has happened is Jupiter Putrakaraka has also got 6th and 8th connections. So what has happened is not been able to deliver that result despite being in a own star. So what happened? So let us see. So despite all this unfavorable, now you must be saying, I'm talking about so many unfavorable combinations. The fifth Lord Mercury sitting in 6th house in the star of Saturn. But Saturn has got Nakshatra Digbala, but it is in the star of Ketu. It is along with enemy in inimical house. Still, despite all of this also, it is not denied childbirth to the native. It is placed the Saturn, who is star lord of 5th house. The Saturn is sitting in conjunction with Mars. The Saturn is in the star of enemy. Still, it is not denied. It is not denied childbirth to the native. Why? It is only delayed the childbirth. Childbirth was delayed by 6 years, but it did not deny. Healthy child was born. The couple got a healthy child through normal delivery itself. The wife got. So this person, there are no complications also. So it did not deny childbirth. Beautifully it came. Only delay was there. The delay also is due to the factors that I have explained here. Why? How? This is how we can see how beautifully gunas play a role. Now I said that 5th Lord Mercury is situated in the 6th house in the star of Saturn. That Saturn is in the 7th house and is not favorably disposed. But if you see, the 5th Lord Mercury, being a Yoga Karaka itself, sitting in the 6th house door, is in conjunction with another Yoga Karaka, Venus. So this Mercury has got Nakshatra Digbala. It is in conjunction with another Yoga Karaka, Venus. And this Venus is in Satvika, Rajasa, Satvika Nakshatras. Satvika, Rajasa, Satvika Gunas. So this Venus is in SRS Guna. See, even though Mercury itself, Mercury also if you see, Guna, only first step it has got tamasic. So it has delayed the childbirth. But if you see, the larger gunas are Rajasic and Satvik for this Mercury. So larger guna for 5th Lord Mercury is also good. And its associations, what are the associations? This Mercury is sitting with Venus, a Rajasic planet. This Venus is Yoga Karaka and is beautifully sitting in the Nakshatra of another Yoga Karaka. Mercury is also Yoga Karaka itself. So Venus is sitting beautifully in the Nakshatra of another Yoga Karaka. And this Venus has acquired largely Satvika Guna. Satvika, this is Satvika Guna. Whenever Satvika Guna dominates a Bhava, auspicious results only it will give at the appropriate times. It will give auspicious results. See here what has happened. Even though Mercury is sitting in the star of Saturn, star lord is not well placed. So what has happened? Star lord is not well placed. Star lord is not getting a good guna. So what has happened? This Mercury has given delay. And moreover, this Mercury, despite having Digbala, it has Tamasa in the first step. So all of this have given delay in childbirth, but it is not denied. Why it is not denied? As I said earlier, the planet giving Digbala gains a desirable guna. With the Yoga Karaka connection, it will give good results. But since the star lord was not well positioned, that Saturn was not well positioned, it gave a delay. It caused a delay. But complete denial was not there because this Mercury also, even though first step only is Tamasic, largely it has got a Rajasic Satvika Guna. Plus, this Mercury is in conjunction with another Yoga Karaka, Venus. And the Satvika Guna also indicates auspicious functions like childbirth. Whenever a child has to be born, that Satvika touch has to come. So when you see this Mercury is in Pushami Nakshatra, fine. This Mercury is in conjunction with Venus. That Venus is in a largely Satvika Guna. Satvika Rajasa, Satvika Guna. So there is a Satvika dominance. So this Mercury is associated with the planets which have acquired its own Guna. So when a planet gains its own Guna, or even if it's associated with the planets acquiring its own Guna, that planet gets protected. So what has happened is this Mercury is sitting along with the Venus. So we'll have to look at connected planets as well. This Mercury is sitting along with Venus, it is Yoga Karaka. What is the power of this Yoga Karaka Venus? This Venus also, if you see, is sitting. What is the fourth? Venus gains Digbala from the 4th house. Who is the 4th lord here? Venus is the 4th lord. So Venus is in the star of Mercury. Star Lord Mercury is in conjunction with Venus again. So Venus is also fourth Lord. So through which rule? Conjunction of fourth Lord with the star Lord. Through that rule, Venus gains Digbala because its star Lord Mercury is in conjunction with Venus, which is again fourth Lord. So, since star Lord of Venus is in conjunction with the fourth Lord, Venus has gained Digbala. So this Mercury is not only associated with just normal Yogakaraka. This Mercury has gained connection with the powerful Yogakaraka Venus. Mercury has gained connection with the powerful Yogakaraka Venus, which is again largely in a Satvika Guna, SRS. So that has protected the fifth Bhava. So fifth Bhava now, because Mercury has gained connection with the Yogakaraka, fifth Lord Mercury has gained connection with the Yogakaraka, which has now got, this Yogakaraka Mercury is not simple, it has got Digbala with the SRS Guna. Venus. So what has happened? This fifth Lord Mercury has got protected because of its connection with the Yogakaraka, which has got Satvika Digbala. So you see how beautifully Nakshatra Digbala is protecting a Bhava. So what has happened here? Because it has got connection with the Venus, that fifth Bhava has got protected. So that undesirable Guna by Mercury in the first step plus the Saturn got diminished because Mercury, the planet gaining Digbala, has acquired connection with the powerful Yogakaraka, which is the third point that I have given. Even though planet is associated with Dusthanas, if it gains connection with a powerful Yogakaraka planet, then and in a desirable Guna, then it will give a good result. It will still give a good result. So what has happened? This Mercury has got Tamasa in the first step, but largely it has acquired Rajasika Satvika Guna. So that is why only delay was there. It was not denial. Okay. Even Star Lord. Let me look at the Star Lord also. So even when you say Mercury is posited in the star of Saturn, here also the Saturn also is protected by Gunas. How? The Saturn is in conjunction with Mars. Fine. This Mars itself, if you see, this Mars itself is in largely a Satvika Guna, RSS. Mars also is in friendly house. See, even though Mars is Saturn's enemy, it has acquired a Satvika Guna. It won't harm Saturn that much. Further, what has happened? This Mars is again in Pubba Nakshatra, in Yogakaraka star Nakshatra. See, even though the Saturn is along with the enemy Mars, still this Mars is in Pubba Nakshatra. This Mars is in Pubba Nakshatra. See, even that is also, when the Mars is in Pubba Nakshatra, even that is also worked out to be good. Saturn is in conjunction with the Mars, which has got a Satvika Guna. Since this Mars has got, Saturn is associated with Satvika Guna planets, it is serving. It is doing it is not done that much harm. Further, the Saturn, even though I said it's the constellation of Ketu, the Saturn and Ketu are in Nakshatra Parivartana with each other. Saturn is in Maka and Ketu is in Uttara Bhadrapada. So malefics, Saturn and Ketu, malefics and malefics are in Nakshatra Parivartana. So initially I said it is in Animical Nakshatra. Still, you can observe that Saturn is in Ketu, Ketu is in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Both Saturn and Ketu are in Nakshatra Parivartana with each other. So what has happened here? When malefics are in Nakshatra Parivartana with each other, according to Parampuji Guruji Meena too, when malefics are in Nakshatra Parivartana with each other, status quo is maintained. Which means Saturn will act as if it is in its own Nakshatra, Ketu will act as if it is in its own Nakshatra. So even though here Saturn is an inimical Nakshatra, it is a Nakshatra Parivartana with that malefic Ketu. So when two malefics exchange in constellation, status quo has got maintained. Individual properties of the planets get protected. So Saturn acts as if it is in its own nakshatra only. That is also one point in favor of Saturn. See, even though it's its enemy, it is in enemy house, still it acts as if in its own star. Further, the Saturn is in conjunction with enemical Mars. This Mars has also become Satvika here. Largely Satvika, RSS. And that Mars is in Yogaraka Nakshatra. So this Mars will not harm Saturn that much. So that is why what has happened, that Star Lord also, even though it has caused delay, it has not denied star birth. It has not denied childbirth. Why it has not denied childbirth is because the gunas that the Saturn, the Star Lord of 5th Lord is associated with are good. Further, this Mars is in Yogaraka Nakshatra, it has gained largely Satvika Guna. That also will not harm Saturn much. So what has happened? Mercury itself, as we said, the planet gaining Digbala, first step itself, the planet gaining Digbala, when it gains connection with the Yogaraka, with the desirable Guna, it will give a good result. So 5th Lord Mercury, even though it is posited in the Dustara, 6th house, it has gained a beautiful connection with a strong, powerful Venus, Yogaraka. The Yogaraka Venus is powerful again with the Satvika Digbala. So this Yogaraka Venus with Satvika Digbala has protected this 5th Lord Mercury. See, even though delay was there is no denial of childbirth. Even the Star Lord of Saturn, even though it's placed amongst its enemies, those enemies have all become Satvika. This Mars has got Rajas Satvika Guna, and that enemy has also gained a connection with the powerful Yogaraka Venus, which has also got a Satvika Digbala. So both Mercury and the Star Lord have got protected because of their connections. They have got protected by Yogakaraka and Satvika Digbala. Because initially, because of unfavorable positions, some delay was there. But it did not deny any result because they are well protected by the gunas and power of Nakshatra Digbala and influence of Yogakaraka. Even Putrakaraka Jupiter that I told you about initially is touching 6th house. But in 6th house, who is present? Vinapada, this Jupiter, is touching this Venus also in this house. So further, when you see it's touching, Jupiter is also again a Satvika planet. It has also got Satvika Rajasa Gunas, which are good. But Karaka also has got a good Guna only. In Uttama Drekana, it has got Satvika Rajasa Tamasa Gunas only. And it has gained a connection with Dustanas. So some delay was there. It has gained a connection with 6th and Mercury is also 8th Lord. 6th house, Mercury is also 8th Lord. 6th to 8th connection the Putra Karaka has got, which has delayed, but it has not denied. Why? Because Jupiter is in Satvika Rajasa, SR Guna, largely, which is desirable. It is an Uttama Drekana. The Jupiter is also powerful. Further, it is situated in Vinapada, touching Yogakaraka. Both Mercury and Venus are also Yogakarakas. And this Venus has got Satvika Digbala. So that Putrakaraka Jupiter also, through Vinapada, gains connection with Yogakaraka Venus, which is powerful there, with Satvika Digbala. And this Jupiter has also, itself has largely got Satvika Rajasa Guna, which is good. Hence, if you see, the 5th Lord Mercury and 5th Karaka, Putra Karaka Jupiter are actually beautifully protected by Yogakaraka and Satvika Digbala. That is why this native begot a child. That will win which dasa, that is also very interesting to note. In Jupiter dasa and Moon Bhukti, this native begot a child. Why in Jupiter dasa? Jupiter itself is a Putra Karaka. Through Vinapada, it's touching the 5th Lord. It's again protected. It has Satvika Rajasa Guna as dominance. Protected by Satvika Guna. So Satvika Guna in Satvika Dasa itself, in Jupiter Dasa itself, childbirth was there. Now let us look at Moon Bhukti. This is the best example to see how beautifully Gunas deliver the result. You see Moon Bhukti. When you see Saturn, always for a Bhava, Star Lord delivers the result. Right? Star Lord will only deliver the result for the Bhava. So when you see, Mercury is the star of Saturn. Saturn is in conjunction with Mars. Out of Saturn and Mars, Mars is better poised to give a result because Mars has already largely gained the Satvika Guna. It is in the star of Venus, which is Yogakaraka, and the Yogakaraka Venus is the fifth lord itself. So out of Saturn and Mars, Mars is better poised because of its largely Satvika Guna and being in the star of Venus, which has Satvika Digbala. So the Mars has got better possibility of giving result, and it's situated in the Sun's house also, it's friendly. So and situated in the Rajasic house, Mars is better poised to give a result than Saturn. So why Moon Bhukti has come, you see. This Moon, you need not go till Mars. Moon itself has given the result. Why? If you see Moon is again transiting in the star of Mars. So this Moon will give the result of Mars. So what has happened here? As I said, out of Saturn and Mars, Mars is better poised to give the result. So Moon Bhukti itself. So Mars has given the child birth for this native to Moon there. The Guna, the Satvika Guna itself has given the result. Further, if you see, this Moon and Venus, Moon is exalted, fine, but Moon and Venus are in Sthana Parivartana also. Moon is in Venus' house, Venus is in Moon's house. So Venus is powerful lord here, again, because Venus is a Yogakaraka, having Satvika Digbala, since Venus is protecting, through Moon it has given the result. Jupiter Dasa Moon Bhukti, this person we got it. Chaild. So this is a very beautiful example of which circumstance Nakshatra Digbala gives result. Here, Nakshatra Digbala gaining planets, both Bhava Lord and Karaka, they have got connection with Dusthanas. But because they gained connection with this powerful Venus Yogakaraka, this Venus Yogakaraka is a Satvika Digbala, it has protected all these bhavas, and hence it has made this Nakshatra Digbala give a really good result. Okay, this is one beautiful example of how gunas protect the bhavas and help in delivering the expected result. Now let us look at another bhava also before we look at the overall